You're about to discover everything you need to know about flying on Air Tahiti Nui. Hi, I'm Gary Bembridge, and this is another of my tips for travelers. I was lucky enough to head off on a cruise around the French Polynesian islands and flew there on Air Tahiti Nui from Paris via Los Angeles. So I thought I would share with you the things I learned and discovered and experienced flying the airline. They have a very modern fleet, and they brought on board in 2018, 2019, the brand spanking new Boeing Dreamliner. And this definitely is a great aircraft. Well, the Dreamliner on Air Tahiti Nui has three classes: Poerava Business, Mona Premium Economy, and Mona Economy. Being such a long flight, I had decided that I wanted to go in business class. So the configuration is a 222, and there's a total of 30 passengers. Not all seats in business class have a direct access because of the 222 seat configuration. So the seats in the middle, they both have aisle access. So if you're traveling by yourself, it might be a good idea to choose one of the seats in the middle. Being a relatively new aircraft, it has really modern seats, and I have to say that certainly once the seats in business went completely flat, they were probably amongst the comfiest I've ever had in terms of sleep. And that's really important because the flight from Paris all the way through to Tahiti is a total of 21 hours. You do have a 2-hour layover in Los Angeles. So having a comfortable flat bed to sleep in was a real big plus. And I really do think the beds were incredibly comfortable. There was an enormous amount of food served on board. So in the leg from Paris through to Los Angeles, we had 2 meals, good range of choice of starters, main courses. The real highlight of both of them was the incredible dessert platter, which is like a taster menu with lots of different choices. What's very important, if you are vegetarian or vegan, make sure that you pre-order your meal because they're not necessarily always vegetarian option on the menu. Huge choice of wines and drinks. Next, I'd like to talk about what you can do on board and the entertainment. On board there is Wi-Fi, there is a charge to use it, although in business you do get a little voucher to use it for some period of time. There is a choice of movies, there's a choice of documentaries, TV programs, and then a series of little documentaries specifically about the French Polynesia Islands, which I really recommend you watch because it gives you great insight into the islands, the history, the culture. There, of course, is an interactive map, so you can also then check on the status of your flight. The great thing, certainly about the screens in business, they were a great size. There was a pretty good choice of entertainment. In terms of the onboard service, I would rate it very high. The crew were very friendly, very accommodating. And one of the great little touches they had is the crew actually change outfits during the course of the flight. So when you board, they dress very formally. So for example, the gentlemen on jackets, and then they change into more casual outfits. And then again, they change back into the more formal outfit when you arrive. It's a pretty multilingual on board, so English and French, of course reflecting French Polynesia, are spoken, and of course the crew will also, of course, speak local French Polynesian language as well. Of course, in business class, you also get access to lounges at the various airports, some of which are Air Tahiti Nui specific, and some of which are shared with other airlines. My experience on board Air Tahiti Nui was a very good one. I really enjoyed the flight. I mean, it's a long, long way to go. I found the seats very comfortable. I found the crew to be really helpful. I found the food to be excellent. I was really, really impressed with the airline, and certainly I would definitely give it a big thumbs up. I have many more videos with lots of tips and advice about travel, about cruising, about flying, about hotels, about resorts. So why don't you watch one of them right now?